Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be covering Harmony One, whose current price stands at the $0.025 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 4.4%, and at the moment we are seeing a very nice recovery to the upper side. And in this video I want to give the key scenarios that can play out on this chart, basing it on the Elliott waves and the Fibonacci's. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of this video. And I want to start the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. So from the all-time high, we started seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, and the ABC correction has taken us to around the $0.02 mark. So this we've seen I need to extend it to around this point here at around the $0.02 mark, and I believe Harmony One has done whatever it needed to do in its ABC correction, and it's just a matter of time that we see a very impulsive wave to the upper side. And in that move I will expect us to go back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, the very first key targets for a wave one of that Elliott wave is between the $0.19 mark and the $0.23 mark. That is within this blue target area that I have over here, and that I'm basing it on the Fibonacci's. So if I apply the fibs here, you can see that that area lies between the fib levels 0.6 and the fib level 0.5. That is the minimum that I'd expect us to see a wave one to the upper side once we have a bullish momentum in the market. And for that to happen, I also expect us to continue seeing higher prices on the Bitcoin chart. So going to the 4-hour chart so that I can give the key scenarios that can play out, you can see that we had this descending channel that was over here, and we broke below that to the downside of that descending channel. And once we did that, we even lost the key support we had at around the $0.03 mark, and once we lost it, we continued unlocking even lower prices, and that has taken us to around the $0.02 mark. And we are lucky that here on Harmony One we didn't lose the key support area at around the $0.02205 mark. That was a very critical key area of support, because once we lose that key area of support, that would mean Harmony One would be headed for the worst case scenario, and I hope that won't play out. So some of the key scenarios that I expect us to see here on the 4-hour chart are that you can see we are having a nice bounce to the upper side, and we almost touched this key area of support and started seeing higher prices on the Harmony One chart, and that would mean that it's very possible that we continue seeing higher prices. And if that move plays out and we continue pushing the market higher, also continue having increased volume, we might go back to around the $0.03 mark, $0.034 mark, where we'll be facing a key resistance. And if we manage to go above that area and maybe have a retest, it's possible for us to even push higher to around the $0.04 mark. And if we manage to also go above that key area of resistance, also we might find ourselves trading above the $0.05 mark. So that's the first key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart. And if we have a look at the volume on this market, you can see at the moment we don't have much of the volume in the market, and that would mean we don't have that potential to continue pushing the market to push the market higher. And if we have a look at the RSIs on the indicators, you can see that on the RSI we are trading at around the 50 mark, and that would mean that move to the upper side is valid because we have room for us to continue pushing to the upper side. And if you also have a look at the MACD on the 4-hour chart, we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean that move is valid. We might see a 0.03 Harmony One very soon, so let's be patient and see how that plays out. The other key scenario that can play out is that if you also continue seeing lower prices on the Bitcoin chart, that is, maybe the low is not yet in, and we might continue seeing lower prices in that correction wave. It's possible that we lose this key area of support, and if that move plays out, that would be the worst case scenario for Harmony 1, because that would be unlocking lower prices and take us to around the $0.01 mark. We'll be having the next key area of support. And if we look at the indicators, you can see on the RSI, now basing it on the fact that we are at around the 50 mark, we are not oversold, not overbought. That would mean it's possible that we see a reversal on the RSI and go back to the lower side, and that would mean lower prices on the chart and go back to the oversold region once more. And I hope that move doesn't play out. And if we have a look at the indicators that I have on the daily chart, on the daily chart you can see that we are massively oversold on the daily chart, and that gives me hope that soon we might see a reversal on the Harmony 1 chart, and that reversal can take us to around the $0.05 mark, because on the RSI we are massively oversold. And if you also have a look at the daily MACD, we are also printing a bullish cross. That's very positive on the MACD. So let's be patient and see how this moves plays out, and if any of this move plays out, I'll keep you updated.